good, guys? It's your girl, Faith, and welcome back to Faith Facts. Today we are talking about the new Netflix game show called The Circle, a social media challenge. Now, this show I have never heard of before, about a week ago. Not even a week ago. I heard about this 2 days before I was filming this. And the first 4 episodes of season 2 just dropped this weekend. So we are going to do a little bit of a TV show review, kind of like my video about Fate: A Winx Saga, where we watched the first episode of the series and I give you my thoughts on it and if you should watch the rest of the season. But the twist on this is that The Circle has already been out. The first season of it came out in 2020, and there are actually 3 different versions of The Circle. I believe there's The Circle France, The Circle Germany, and possibly The Circle Spain, or maybe the UK. Not really remembering it right now, but this show happens to be popular. And the reason that I first saw this show come up on my Netflix feed and I recognized what it was because I saw a Dylan is in Trouble video about it. So let's do a review. Oh boy. I know this is gonna be really bad already, but not this bad.
This is the show's host, Michelle Buteau, but you don't really have to worry about that because this is the last time we see her in this episode, so she's not really that big of a host, more of a person. This show is strange, to say the least, but what Netflix game show isn't strange? While doing some further research of this show after watching this episode, I actually found out that this is an American adaptation from a British TV show called The Circle on Channel 4 in, the UK. So I knew that this was going to be worse than that. So basically, the premise of this is that a bunch of people go into these apartments in this one apartment building and create social media profiles on this social media called The Circle. And they have to find out which of these people are faking their social media profile and which of them are the real, genuine person that they are on The Circle without ever meeting each other in person. And if that introduction didn't sound very confusing, then the show's first episode is not going to make any more sense to you at all. The contestant introductions on this show are super sporadic and random, and they first focus a lot on the contestants that I'd expect to win, like Savannah, the fun and bubbly personality of the show, or Chloe, the kind of highly energetic person who is from another show in the Netflix game show cinematic universe called Too Hot to Handle. So everyone already knows and probably likes her. But I liked the underdogs. I'd say the underdogs were the people that are not being themselves on The Circle, such as Delisa, who's playing her husband Trevor, a single father, on her social media profile. Or Lee, who is a 58-year-old author playing River, a man in his early 20s who's just looking for love. Meanwhile, I found the case of Courtney to be kind of strange because he's playing himself on The Circle, but he is a internet show talk host who I assume is pretty well known, so he's pretending to be a barista, which I thought that you could only play yourself or someone else on The Circle, but I guess that's where we are. Some of the other contestants include Bryant, who they make a really, really big point of him being a hippie. Emily, who is actually a guy named Jack, who just wants to kind of trick everyone into thinking that he is a sorority girl. Cirlce, who is my favorite on the show, my absolute favorite. She's a substitute teacher, and she just seems to be the most genuine person to me. She seems very blunt and honest about who she is. And after a series of one-on-one chats and group chats, each contestant has to rank the contestants based on their likability. But we all know that that is not going to be the case, and most people are going to rank themselves higher and rank others that they actually like lower to up their chances of winning. And in the very last minutes of the episode, it turns out that Bryant, the hippie that I didn't talk about because he's not very relevant, was ranked very dead last. Emily, who I also found irrelevant, was ranked 7th. Chloe, the one from Too Hot to Handle, was ranked 6th. And tied at 4th place was Courtney and River. And the top 3 were Trevor, who was played by Delisa, Cirlce, and Savannah. And because Cirlce and Savannah were the top 2, they are chosen to be the influencers of the house, and they have to choose a person to vote off. But they can also save someone from being voted off if they like them. And I just found that super confusing. But that's where the episode leaves you on a cliffhanger, and you have to watch the next episode and wait next week to watch it. My thoughts on this show can be described as listening to a metronome going tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock for hours. I mean, this show was 55 minutes when I watched it, and I did not enjoy watching any of it. And I watched it 3 times. The concept of having people form alliances and get to know each other through only social media profiles sounds pretty cool, but when it's put into practice, it was actually pretty boring and didn't really keep my attention. Not even the flashy lights and bright colored apartments kept my attention. And I found myself often wandering off, reading something else, or going on my phone during this. I don't really believe that it's the contestants' fault that this show is kind of boring, but it's more the whole concept in general, because no one is interacting with anyone. Everyone is staying in their own apartments, and from what they show, when they're not on the circle, which is on every TV in the apartments, they kind of just seem to be doing regular mundane stuff like washing dishes or playing around with something on the coffee table. And it just feels like someone put a camera in someone's apartment and then told them to talk to a TV every hour, and that's it. I also found it kind of strange with the music choices that they chose for this episode. How they played a Tadra Hall song during Courtney's intro, who is a LGBTQ black man, just like Tadra Hall. And some of the music choices were just plain boring, in my opinion. Like, I could tell that they were trying to keep everyone's attention by using the Circle as like this mysterious social media site and like a are they real, are they not sort of way, but it just never resonated with me. The show almost feels forced in a way, like these people are forced to form relationships with people that they don't even know. But maybe that's the commentary that they're trying to put on social media, saying you can't know everything about a person through social media because that's only the part of it. And I guess that's the entire point. The show is supposed to make us feel uncomfortable. It's supposed to challenge the way we use social media and the way we form relationships with people that we don't know in person. It shows us the importance of forming an in-person and a close bond with people before you trust them with your candidacy on a game show. And it also shows us that Netflix will do anything to get that bag from their Netflix game show cinematic universe. If I had to give this show a rating, I would give it a 4 out of 10 stars. While the fun and catchy editing and bright colored apartments and bubbly personalities of all the contestants were supposed to keep my attention, I found myself wandering off and doing other things, as it seemed like a blatant ripoff of Big Brother, in my opinion. If I had to predict a winner for this season, I would pick River, aka Lee, because Lee is a book author who's been under a pen name for a lot of his career, and he knows how to put on a persona. At least that's what I think he does. In all, I would not recommend this show unless you need some background noise in between, like eating lunch or fixing a cabinet or something, because it doesn't hold anyone's attention.
Okay guys, that's it for today. But if you like this video, make sure to like this video up and comment below what your thoughts on the Cirlce is. Don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. We are almost at 200 followers. So forget to hit that subscribe button and click on post notifications. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the views and all the love that you guys give. Love you guys for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.
Oh, and apparently Lance Bass is also on this season, so I take back everything that I said. It's awesome.